Hey guys, so this week we're going to be going over chapter 14. Now realize that chapter 14 is a pretty short chapter. Today's lesson is going to be pretty short because I'm trying to give you extra time to focus on other things such as creating your outline, which is what we're going to be going over today, as well as videoing your PowerPoint or videoing your speech, and then doing your midterm as well. So you have this week to kind of give extra time to study and do all that you need for this class. Now with that, you have a speech due, not this week, but next week, because you're about to go off on spring break. Woo! But make sure you have everything submitted to me before then. I'm not going to be taking any late work. I already put this kind of in the announcements, but just a reminder that I'm not taking any late work. You've had about a month for your speech, and you're going to have 2 weeks for your midterm, okay? Now for your speech, realize if you're going to be recording on your phone, like I do all of these lectures, it takes a long time to upload it. Sometimes you might want to upload it to Google Docs and then download it that way and then re-upload it. So upload from your phone to Google Docs and then on a computer, download it to the computer to upload to the classroom. Or you can just upload it to YouTube, which is what I do for most of my stuff. And then once you upload it to YouTube, you can then go directly to just give me the link and I can go watch your YouTube video. That's perfectly fine. But realize that from your phone, uploading it onto the internet, either Google Docs or YouTube, however works best for you, it's going to take a long time, okay? So be prepared on that. If you do your speech this day it's due and it won't upload, I'm sorry, I'll still accept it, but you're not going to get anywhere close to full credit because you have known this for a long time. So make sure you do that. Something else that you're going to have to submit to me is a PowerPoint, okay? So with this PowerPoint, I apologize, you're not going to have a PowerPoint, no PowerPoint. You're going to need to submit an outline. And that's what chapter 14 covers. So let's go ahead and go in that. I do not have a PowerPoint for this because it's just pretty basic and it's easier for me to write it out for you instead of me having to type it out, okay? So what you're going to need to do is, outline has 3 main parts that you need to have, okay? So the 3 main parts are an intro, a body, and a conclusion. Actually, what we're going to do, okay? So you have 3 main parts, an intro, a body, and conclusion. With your intro, you're going to need 3 main sections, okay? Your first one is going to be your grabber. Okay, so have you ever wanted to learn how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Well, today I'm going to show you, okay? That's great. And then your thesis. Now your thesis is the purpose, okay? What in the world are you going to be doing? I always like to have my thesis actually say, today you are going to be talking about, or the purpose of this speech is. Just state it out, point blank, so it's easy for people to figure it out and you know for sure you have it. Okay, so right now you're going to say, have you ever wanted to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Well, today in the speech I'm going to tell you how, okay? And then the third one is your overview. And your overview is going to basically say, we're going to have 3 main parts. You're going to have we're going to talk about the supplies, we're going to talk about the steps to do it, and ways you can enjoy your peanut butter and jelly sandwich, okay? It's just going to be an overview of the broad topics you're going to talk about. So if you have 3 main points, you're going to overview those 3 main points, okay? So you have the intro, which has 3 parts. Okay? Now, then you're going to move on to your second one, which is your body. Now realize, before we move on, do you see how I'm formatting that outline? This is how your outline needs to be formatted. Now, you can format it where if you want to do the big numbers here, and then you have like the small ones here, if you want to do the numbers, and then the letters and the numbers, or how it does that. And then as you go in, it goes in more, and then it might do that, different things like that. That's okay. Just you need to have it where it does some of the indentions like that. Okay? And how it keeps going on. Sometimes outlines just have a bullet, and then they'll have a bullet like that, and they'll have a dash, but they just keep going in. They go down one and tab over. In Microsoft Word and Google Docs, it has a version that it creates its own outline. You do it and it formats correctly. You do not have to tab and do all of that stuff, okay? If you don't know how to use all of that, you need to learn, so make sure you go YouTube some lessons on how to create an outline using Microsoft Word, okay? So then your body, you're going to be covering your main points. So you're going to do main point 1, and then you're going to have a few things under main point 1 that talks about it. So a few key words, okay? Key words or key phrases. Okay? And then you're going to have main point 2, so on and so on, however many main points you have. I always recommend to have like 3 to 5 is a good amount of main points. It's enough to give you a lot of substance within your speech, but it's not too much where you're overwhelming your audience and your viewers. Okay, and then finally is your conclusion. Okay, your conclusion and your intro look exactly the same, except your conclusion is a mirror image of your introduction. It's a mirror image of your introduction. So you still have 3 parts. You're just going backwards, okay? So you're going to have an overview. Okay, you're going to have an overview, and then you're going to have a thesis. And then you're going to have your final words. Okay? Now, your grabber is your first words. Final words is your final words. So let's kind of walk through this and how it will look. First, you're going to have your introduction. Hello, everyone. Have you ever wanted to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Well, today, I'm going to tell you. We're going to be talking about the supplies you need, the steps to take, and how to enjoy a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now, let's get moving. First, this is the supplies you're going to need. You're going to need a blah, 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 and a blah, 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 and some blah, 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 blah. Now, step 1, you're going to want to open up your bag of your bread. You're going to pull out your bread. Now, your bread can be any kind. It can be wheat bread, white bread, it can be whole wheat, whatever works best for you, okay? And then we're going to move on to that you're going to need this and this, okay? And then finally, so today, we talked about how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, the steps to make it, the supplies you needed, and how to enjoy it, okay? So there's those 2 covered. I hope you can go make yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and enjoy it whenever you want it. And that's a speech, okay? And that's how you make an overview. Realize that these 2, here and here, normally go really well together. They can go within one sentence. You can say, today we're going to be talking about this, and we're going to be covering this. So these 2 are really interchangeable, okay? And you can actually go grabber, overview, then thesis, or thesis, overview, final words, okay? Realize that those are interchangeable because they go side by side, but they're both needed, okay? So you're going to need all of this, and this is how your outline's going to look, not with all the extra stuff I have, okay? So basically, we erase all of this. Your outline will look like this. Now, for where it says grabber, thesis, overview, you're actually going to write out your grabber. You're going to write out your thesis. You're going to write out points for your overview, okay? For your main points, you're going to actually write it out. Do not write out what you're going to say. You're not going to say, first, we're going to need to get bread. That's called a transcript. So you're just going to put main point 1 here. It will be supplies, right? And then under it, it will say bread. Okay? Does that make sense? So you're not going to put, today you're going to need to go grab bread. Do not write word for word. That is called a transcript, okay? You're going to want to use an outline. You're going to need to turn it in an outline. They tell you right now, if you turn in a transcript to me, you're going to get half points docked because you're supposed to turn in an outline, not a transcript, okay? One final time. You're going to want an outline, not a transcript. Now, within your textbook and the chapter that's covering, which is chapter 14, it talks about the different intros, the different conclusions, different forms of it. It also goes over some of the things we went over last week and goes over more of different forms of speaking and different forms of outline. So the topical, spatial, different things like that. So there are some ideas to give you a head start. If you already done this, make sure you have it all like this and you'll be good to go. Okay? So make sure that you have everything like this and you should be good to go. And you will be done with your outline. And that's pretty much the lesson for this week. Now, for the participation, what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to go find some other speech. It could be a TED Talk, which is what I really recommend because, those are awesome. It could be some random person's video blog or anything like that. It needs to be a web link, though. What you're going to do is you're going to get a piece of paper and you're going to type it up, and then on the piece of paper, it'll look, like this, and you're going to type this up. So you're going to have your name, the title page, all of that stuff, okay? But what you're going to have first is you're going to have the web link. Okay? And you're going to copy and paste the web link for me. Then you're going to write the person's outline. Okay? So what I can do is I can click on this web link and I should be able to follow their outline. Now, you're not going to write a transcript. It's only going to be the few words that they talk about. So you're going to figure out what is best looked for their outline. So then I'm going to be able to download this or print this off, and then I'm going to be able to watch it and know and follow their stuff throughout the outline because you made